What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Prince back at it, man. Welcome back to the channel, man. Appreciate y'all for coming, staying, hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to comment, like, hit that subscribe button, man. Let's get into it, guys. So, in this video, man, I want to cover, man, a question that I've had so many people ask me. You know what I'm saying? Is how do you afford these cars? Are you rich? That was a Jehovah's Witness. I was hiding from them. But yeah, I got this question a lot. Are you rich? Are you a drug dealer? No, I am not rich yet. I am not a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? The way you'll afford cars like these, guys, expensive cars, not like not necessarily my cars. The way you afford expensive cars, things, whatever, house, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You have to leverage other people's money. Other people meaning the banks. You know what I'm saying? And in order for you to leverage their money, guys, you want to have the key thing is having good credit. You know, I cannot stress this enough, is having good credit. You know, at first I was not into the whole credit idea, you know, because I'm from Jamaica. Like, I came here when I was young. So like all the whole credit thing I didn't know about. Like I didn't know you need credit really for everything. You know, here if you're not, stockpiling a whole lot of cash, however way you want to do it for you to buy stuff cash, you have to have credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to be rich to be able to afford expensive things, house, cars, whatever, material things. All you need, guys, is credit. Leverage other people's credit. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, as I said, the main thing is having good credit. If you do not have good credit, you're not going to be able to utilize, going out there and getting, a nice house, a nice car, being able to afford really top notch, expensive, top tier stuff. Like the one percenters, man. Like billionaires are billionaires because most of them are investors. You know what I'm saying? Investors, they don't use money. They don't go by cash trail. They go by credit. They live off debt. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, not because you have $100,000, you're $100,000 in debt, meaning you're in debt. You know what I'm saying? If you have a house, you're in debt, because you still have a mortgage on that house. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't necessarily, debt is not always, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. Like, sometimes the Jamaican come out. But that is not always a bad thing, guys. Sometimes you just have to know how to control it and how to leverage it to your lifestyle. Like with my cars. I know cars are liability. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a house is an asset. A car is a depreciating liability. But the way that as I said, okay, let's go back to what this video is about. The way that I afford these cars, guys, is not because I'm rich. I do have money to sustain myself, to sustain my family, so we can live a comfortable life. But I am not rich. You know what I'm saying? The way that I afford these cars is credit. I make sure that I build up my credit to a point where I know I can go to a bank and I can get approved for a car loan, a very high car loan. My first car ever was a 2007 Mitsubishi Eclipse. That was my first car. I remember I did not have any credit when I bought that car. My mom had to co-sign for me. My interest rate on that car, guys, my first car, my interest rate was 28%. Yeah, let that sink in. I wish I had a sink like Elon Musk to let that sink in. But yeah, man, my interest rate was 28%. Going forward after that, the car got the engine blew up, whatever. I got out of that, and my next cars after that, I think my next 3 or 4 cars I bought cash. Because I was younger, I was not into the whole credit. I didn't believe in, but I did believe, but I didn't like the idea of paying somebody back for, like a loan or so, when I'm like, man, I can save up some money and I can go out and buy this car cash and not worry about, that's the mindset that I had growing up, younger. And when I'm saying growing up, I'm still fairly young, you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking like probably 5, 6 years ago, you know what I'm saying? And I was thinking like, you know what, I'm not going to do probably less than that. I'm not gonna go into a loan and pay somebody when I can go out and buy this cash. You know what I'm saying? So once I changed that mindset, guys, and I started getting into the whole credit building, you know what I'm saying? I noticed that I'm pretty decent at it. Because it's not rocket science, man. It's not rocket science to how you can build your credit. You basically go out, you get your credit card or a loan or whatever, paid on time in full. You know what I'm saying? Just paid on time. That's it. That's how you build your credit. Building credit is not rocket science. Just pay back. Just pay back your loan, and that's really how you do it. You know, so once you build up your credit, you can go into a car dealership, you know, with your chest high, you know, go in and be like, hey man, there's this Corvette that I want, or there's this Camaro, or there's this you know, Mustang 500 or whatever. You know, we can go in the top tier. There's this Lamborghini Huracan that I want, or this I don't know, AMG or something. You know what I'm saying? You go in the top tier and you be like, hey man, I want this car, you know, and the first thing that they're going to ask you is, how much is your credit? You know what I'm saying? Because that's how people judge you, man. And it's crazy because people judge you in some of these car dealerships based on your credit. You know, they respect you at a different level based on your credit. Because if your credit's good and you walk into these dealerships and you be like, I want this car. All right, you know, when you start talking and you get to how much is your credit score. You know, my credit score is 620. I'll be like, nah, man, you had the wrong dealership, buddy. You need to go down there to that local dealership that sell these hoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying? $4,000 or $5,000. That's where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? And I say 620. 620 is not terrible, but you know, some folks have like, you know, high fives, mid. You know what I'm saying? But 620. Just for this video is just for informational purpose only. You know what I'm saying? Just letting y'all know, man. So yeah. But if you go in there and you say, yo, I got a 750, 780 credit, they look at you different, man. They start. Ooh, they put you on a pedestal, you know what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh man, okay, so you got that and you want this car? We know for sure that you're getting this car. You know what I'm saying? Once you have good credit, they know for sure that you're getting this car. There's really nothing holding you back now. Especially like lately, guys, within the past few years. I won't say the past few years, probably a year and a half, when y'all know how the car market going right now, where it's just going. Cars are appreciating. Cars are not appreciating assets. Cars are depreciating liabilities. You know, cars depreciate. You know, so the fact that cars are going up should let you know, like, yo, this is crazy, right? So when I bought my Corvette, all right. For example, let me start off with when I started getting into the top tier cars. So, and now my top tier is probably not whoever top tier is watching this. Y'all's top tier is probably Lamborghinis, but let me get into the top tier cars for like, you know. So my top tier would be, you know, when I went and I spent almost 50 grand on my Scat Pack when I bought it first. That was before the market started going crazy, right? So I bought my Scat Pack for almost, I think, 50 grand, right? And 2020, brand new. I bought it brand new. It was 2021. If y'all know the channel, y'all know my Scat. Bought that brand new for almost 50 grand. When I bought that car, guys, they went through the process at the car dealerships, and the process was they check your income, they check your rent, mortgage, whatever you have, how long you've been there, and all that. They're like running a thorough background check on you. You know what I'm saying? And they verify everything. How long you been with this job, You had to do your pay stubs and all that, you know. And yeah, that was car buying at a norm. That was a normal procedure for buying cars, man. But now, when I sold my Scat and I bought my Corvette, I went into the dealership and I was like, hey, I want this Corvette, trading my Scat. What's your credit? My credit was like what was my credit? 715? My credit was about 715. You know, it was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because once you're over that 700, you get a different respect. 700 is not no 800, but once you're in that 700, man, not a lot of people have 700 credit. I'm just letting you know that. That's facts. Go look it up, you know? And I mean, as I said, 700 is not crazy, but once you're in that 700, you're kind of like in a different tier, man, you know? So, like, I went in there and, you know, we negotiate what I want to pay, when I want to be out the door and all that. And I'm saying they did not check my, they asked me where I work. I work there. They asked me how much I make. I could have told them folks at that car dealership that I made $500,000 or $1 million a year, and they'll believe it because they didn't check. They did not verify. Like nowadays, they're not verifying because they want to get rid of these cars so bad because of the car hike. Like some of these dealerships are paying more than the MSRP for these cars. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to get rid of these cars so much they don't even care about verifying your income. You know what I'm saying? They just want to make sure that you get the loan, and banks are just approving loan. Like, here's this. And the banks know that these cars are not worth some of these prices, but they're still giving you money for the car just hoping that, you know what I'm saying, they can make some money, because everybody's in it for money. It's like a chain, man, you know, where everybody's trying to make some money. So like nowadays, guys, they're not looking for income. I'm just, as I said, this is just for informational purpose only. Like if they want to verify my income, I have income to verify. You know what I'm saying? So that's fine with me. But I'm just saying, like lately with my past two cars, my Camaro and my Corvette, the Camaro that I just bought, my Z01, they did not verify income. They asked me how much I made. I told them how much I made. You know what I'm saying? They just put it in there. Okay, all right, you know, you could have made $2 million. They wouldn't even care. I don't know if they would even look into it if I say I made $10,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they would even look into it. You know, but I'm just saying, guys, like one of the key leverage that you need going into these dealerships for you to get any car that you want, man. And I mean, any car that you want, meaning you're not going to go in there and say, oh, I want a Lambo. No, you can't afford a Lambo. You know what I'm saying? You have to go in there with a budget in your mind and, you know, financially stable enough where, you know, all right, I can afford, you know, I mean, obviously you're going to do a research before you go try to get that car. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to know, all right, so if my payments this, I know I can afford it. I can afford the gas. I can afford the insurance, the maintenance, and all that. You know what I'm saying? You have to weigh all that in there when you're trying to get a car. You know, so you have to go in with that mindset and definitely try to, you know, definitely negotiate. You know what I'm saying? You don't go into a dealership like with me. Right now, I just bought my ZL1, and right now I'm making this video. I have a $110,000 pre-approved car loan. You know what I'm saying? So I can go out and buy another car. You know, right now I'm making this video. I have a $110,000 pre-approved car loan. You know, but I'm not going to buy a $100,000 car, because if y'all know, guys, my next car I wanted to get was a C8, you know, but I was like, I'm not paying $100,000 for a $70,000 MSRP car. I'm not doing that. That's $30,000 upside down once this market correct. I'm not. You gotta be smart, man. You gotta be smart. You can't go out and pay 50 grand for a car that you know in reality is $35,000. You can't do that. Don't go up and let these dealerships be marking up these cars. You know what I'm saying? Because when I bought my Camaro, bro. I came down because them dealership, they wanted to hit me with, oh, the Camaro have GPS where you can track it, and we put helium in the tire. I think it's helium, or not helium. Not helium. What kind of air they put in the tire? Hydrogen, or they put some fancy air in the tire, man. And these folks wanted to get me with that, talking about that's extra 500. I'm like, hey, you're gonna go back there, you're gonna take the car back there when y'all go get it cleaned up and put regular air in that car. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying, you know, $500 for you to put some fancy ass air in the tire. Like, nah, man. I don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need all that fancy air. I'm not gonna be doing all that. You know, and they were talking about the GPS that they put in the car to track the car is so you can know where the car is at. I'm like, first of all, these modern cars, this Z01, you can track the car from your phone. I don't need all y'all, and they want to charge me $2,000 for the GPS. I'm like, hey man, go back there and take it out. I'm not paying for no dealership upcharging. That's definitely what you need to do. You just have to know how to leverage, you know what I'm saying, how to go into getting these cars, because you can get them, man, really. You know, if you know you're financially stable, you know, that's one. Have the good credit and know how to negotiate. You know what I'm saying? That's really the top three that I use personally. And I can really go into any dealership and be like, I want that car, and I am not paying you extra. I promise you. I'm not walking out that dealership paying extra. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want your business, you go somewhere else. And what I normally do is I always go to one, you know, not one dealership, but I always go to multiple dealerships. That way I can have leverage. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll go one and they'll tell me a price, and I'll go to another one and tell them what their price is. So they're going to try to beat their price. You know what I'm saying? And if those prices are not in my range, I'll go to a different dealership and go with the lowest price. Like, hey, this person want to charge me $500. You know what I'm saying? If you can come in, you know what I'm saying, at about $450 or $400, we can definitely talk. You know, I'll definitely support you. You know, and they're going to be like, oh, yeah. You know, I'm just saying, man, like, people act like it's rocket science. You know what I'm saying? And they're telling you, oh, you need to do that. No, man, come on now. You know, like, but, yeah, guys, I don't want to make this video too long, man. It's already over 12 minutes. But I just want to let y'all know, if you want to definitely get a top-tier car, man, definitely credit. Number one thing is credit. And do not, I repeat, do not go out and buy a car cash. It's a very expensive car, over 50, well, I would say over 20 grand. Do not go out and do that. Like people being like, come and start, buy, you should have bought it cash. You can't buy it cash. Why you buy it? That's just like the craziest statement you can give somebody. Buy it cash. What do you mean buy it cash? You might as well go just fund the banks for free if you're gonna buy it, not the bank but the dealership. Might as well just fund them or the banks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Might as well just give them free money. Like you don't do that. You use the bank money to buy whatever you want, just like a house, whatever. You leverage a bank. That's why you need credit. You have good credit, you can go to any bank and be like, hey man, I need $100,000. Come be like, say less. I got you. Sign that, you're good. You got $100,000. You're gonna pay for that, small portion. Like most of the time, like people are like, why you buy $100,000 car? You're gonna take it. When I buy a car, if y'all know me, I'm not keeping a car for 2-3 years. Why? You crazy? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna stretch out that term as much as I can to get a lower payment, and then I'm gonna sell it. I'm not gonna keep a car for man. I'm not doing that. I might as well start leasing cars. But I don't lease cars, man. I like to do stuff. Y'all know me. I'm not gonna lease no car because you can't do nothing. Boy, you blow on it too hard, you gonna have to fix where you blow on that damn car. But yeah, guys. So that's it for this video, man. Appreciate y'all for hanging out, man. It's a very long video, but I'm definitely on my next video, guys. I'm gonna do the best the best banks to go with when financing a car. How I do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put y'all in on that one, and then I'm gonna start doing some how to build your credit videos too. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can definitely get on that. Just to kind of show y'all how I'm doing with my credit. My credit went down a little bit right now. I took some shot because I've been busy trying to. I'll leave that for info for the next video. All right. Appreciate y'all for watching, man. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Holla back at your boy. Peace out.